Hello class 12, how are you all doing? I hope all of you are doing well. We all know that we are bound to stay home as we cannot go out, right? And the lockdown also extended. So I literally don't know when I will get the chance to meet you people physically. But still we have to carry on with the studies. So in the first video that I posted from the chapter, The World Population and Distribution from the book The Fundamentals of Human Geography, I already explained to you the concept of population, the concept of population distribution, population density, and the factors on which the density of population depends upon. Now today we will go ahead with some other topics related to population. What are the topics that today we will cover? Number 1, growth of population. Number 2, natural growth of population. Number 3, positive growth of population. Number 4, negative growth of population. And number 5, components of population change. Now, when we talk about population, what we discuss, what is population? Population means the number of people living in a particular territory or living in a particular country or in a state or in a specific area. Now, we will see the population, that is the number of people living in a particular area or living in a particular country, either they are increasing or they are decreasing. Now this increase in the number of people or decrease in the number of people living in a particular area or in a particular country or in a particular state is referred as growth of population. Now let us go with the definition of growth of population. Growth of population is defined as change in the number of inhabitants, that means the number of people who are living in that particular area of a territory. It can be a country, it can be a state, it can be a specific region during a specific period of time. That means suppose during 10 years or for a period of 1 year or for a period of 3 years. So during this specific period, how many number of people either increase or how many number of people either decrease. Now let us take example from the census of 2001 and 2011. This is the example of the population that we can see in our country. So according to the census of 2001, this is the population, and according to 2011, this is the population. It is 1028 million and this is 1210 million. Okay, I'm not going on reading the other numbers. You can see the other numbers which I've already written it down. So we will see that around 181 million population actually increased between the year 2001 and 2011. You can see there is a time span of around 10 years between 2001 and 2011. So we can call this as a decade. We can also call this as a decade, right? Now we will come to the decade. Now first let us understand the growth of population. So here what do you understand? That from 2001 to 2011 our population increased by 181 million. Now this growth of population can be positive and can be negative. The growth of population is very important because it is an important indicator of social, economic and demographic condition of a country. So we can see what is the concept of growth of population? Change in the number of inhabitants of a territory during a specific period of time. It can be either positive or negative. It is an important indicator of social, economic and demographic condition of a country. Now, this growth of population can be calculated in absolute numbers or in percentage. Okay, so what is absolute number? This is absolute number. What we are doing in absolute number? Just we are subtracting the previous year population from the current year. As we can see, we are just subtracting the population from 2001 to 2011 and we are getting the actual increase in population, that is 181 population that has increased from 2001 to 2011. And how we are getting this data of population? We are getting it through census. Now what is census? I think all of you know. That census means what? Census means the official enumeration which is done by the government of India, which give us an idea about the social, economic and demographic condition of a country. Now, we will understand the concept of percentage. So you understood the concept of absolute number, how it is calculated? Just from subtracting the population of the previous year from the current year or the base year. Now, what is in percentage? Percentage means that how many people has increased in terms of percentage in per annum. Okay, in per annum, how many people? For example, in a country where we already got a large population, if 2% people increase per annum, that means we can say around 200 people increase. Whereas for a country where the base is very smaller, that means where already the population is much smaller, much lower, there if 2% per annum means 200 population increase, that is a positive indicator. For our country it is also positive indicator, but it is leading to what? It is leading to population explosion. Our population is increasing day by day. Now what is decadal? I said that I will say you something about the decade. So here we will understand the concept of decadal growth rate. Now what is decadal growth rate? Decadal growth rate means that, well, from a decade, that is, for example, from 2001 to 2011, what is the increase in population? So according to the census of 2011, the decadal growth rate is 17.74%. Clear? Okay, now let us go ahead with the other concept of growth of population, that is natural growth of population. What is natural growth of population? Natural growth of population means just difference between the birth and the death. By just subtracting the birth rate and the death, we can get the natural growth of population. How can we get actual growth of population? Actual growth of population is calculated as birth minus death plus in-migration minus out-migration. So how we calculate natural growth of population? Just the difference between the birth and the death. And actual growth of population, the difference between the birth and death plus in-migration and out-migration. Now let us go ahead with positive growth of population. What do you mean by positive growth of population? Positive growth of population. Positive growth of population means increase in birth rate. That means when the birth rate is more than the death rate. When the birth rate is more than death rate. So we can birth rate, that means more than death rate. Also it includes that migration from other country. That means there is a increase in migration from other country. Clear? So what is positive growth rate? Increase in birth rate, that is birth rate is more than the death rate, and there is increase in migration from other countries. So it referred as positive growth of population. Now what is negative growth of population? Let us go ahead with negative growth of population, just the opposite of positive. Negative growth of population means birth rate is lower than the death rate. And there is increase in migration to other countries. That means now people will migrate from our country to another country. Okay, so what is negative growth rate? Birth rate is lower than the death rate and increase in migration to other countries. So I hope so you understood the concept of growth of population, natural growth of population, positive growth of population and negative growth of population. Now let us go ahead with components of population change. So to understand the change in population, the change in the number of individuals living in a particular country, we need to understand the components of population change. Now, components of population change. There are three components of population change. Number 1, crude birth rate. Number 2, crude death rate. And number 3, migration. Yeah, let us start with what is crude birth rate. Crude birth rate is defined as the number of live birth per 1,000 population in a year. It is calculated as BI by P into 1,000. CBR, that is crude birth rate. BI stands for live birth in a year. P, mid-year population. Of an area, and this is 1,000. As I said, 1,000 population. So what is CBR? CBR is defined as the number of live births per 1,000 people in a year. How it is calculated? VI divided by P into 1,000. That is, VI means live birth in a year. Now, we can say live birth rate in a year. P means mid-year population of an area into 1,000. Now let us go ahead with crude birth rate. What is crude birth rate? Now let us go ahead with crude death rate as CDR equals to D by P into 100. Now what is crude death rate? Crude death rate means the number of death per 1,000 people in a year. That is referred as crude death rate. How it is calculated? It is calculated by D, dividing D by P into 1,000. What is D? D stands for, CDR stands for crude death rate. D stands for number of death. P stands for estimated mid-year population of a year. Okay, understood? So what is crude death rate? That is number of death during a particular year, during a specific year. So what is CDR? That is crude death rate, the number of death in a particular year per 1,000 people. Clear? Understood? So first we understood the concept of crude birth rate, and next we understood the concept of crude death rate. Now let us go ahead with the third component of population change, that is migration. What is migration? Migration means movement of people. It can be from country to another country. It may be from one state to another state, or maybe from one region to another region. Now mainly how the migration happens, the migration, that means the movement of people. The people move from the place of origin to the place of destination. Now, what is place of origin? That means the place from where the person belongs to, and place of destination means the place where the person wants to migrate. Okay, so migration means the movement of people from place of origin to the place of destination. Now, when we talk about migration, some factors are very important which affect migration. That is push factor and pull factor. Now the place of origin will have this push factor. So place of origin will have push factor. Push factor means here they will not have better job opportunities, they will not have better education facilities, neither there will be school or colleges, there will maybe there are no hospitals, proper medical facilities are also not available, and the better standard of living is lagging behind here in this place of origin. And pull means where it will exist in the area of place of destination. That means this is a place where they will get all the facilities which are lacking here. Better job opportunities, better educational system, better standard of living. Clear? So this is referred as pull factor and this is push factor. Push means pushing somebody from the place of origin, and pull means attracting somebody to the place of destination. So these are the very two important factors which are on the basis of which actually migration depends on. Push factor and pull factor. Now, migration plays a significant role in changing the composition of population. Composition of population from the place of origin to the place of destination. Maybe when the people are just moving away from the place of origin to place of destination, that population of place of destination is increasing and the population of place of origin is decreasing. So there will be change in number of people living in a particular area. It will lead to change in the sex ratio. Most of the times we see that the male have a tendency to migrate to the cities or to the urban areas for better opportunities. So most of the time the females stay back at the villages or at their original place where they belong from, and so there we can see that there is a disbalance in the sex composition, the sex ratio in the place of origin and also in the place of destination. It will also lead to change in composition of laborers. Most of the time the skilled laborers, they leave the place of origin and they migrate to the place of destination for better opportunities. Now migration can be of mainly 4 types. Streams of migration. Number 1, rural to urban, urban to urban, rural to rural, and number 4, urban to rural. So from village to a city, which is very common. Urban to urban, that means from one city to another city, maybe for a job opportunity or maybe for marriage or maybe for better education. Suppose from Pune, somebody is migrating to Kolkata, so it is from urban to urban. Rural to rural, it may be from one village to another village, maybe because of a disaster, maybe because of social issues, maybe there is any drought or any flood, or maybe the opportunities are not available that are good, or sometimes because of marriage purpose also. Urban to rural, this is somewhat uncommon, but yes, there are people who want to live in a clean environment, you want to live in sparsely populated regions. So after retirement, what they do, they buy flat or they buy houses or they come to their native place. So in that time, it will be a urban to rural migration. Two important terms that we will also read here, that is immigration and emigration. So as we will discuss the topic of immigration and emigration, what is immigration? Immigration means in movement. That means when people from other country are coming to our country and they want to settle down in our country. For example, from USA somebody is coming back to Kolkata, that is immigration. What is emigration? That is out movement. When the people are leaving our country and moving out of our country and going to some other country. For example, somebody living in India and moving to Canada, so that can be termed as immigration. So this is immigration and that is emigration. You understood? I hope so all of you understood the components of population change. So today what we covered, growth of population, natural growth of population, positive growth of population, negative growth of population and components of population change. Go through the top topics that I actually explained today. If you have any query from the topic, you can personally give me a call or you can personally ask me the questions related to this topic in WhatsApp. So I'm signing off for today. Thank you.